You gonna go do laundry?
If there's one open.
You need to go do some laundry. Gabby, what? So we just got back into town. We didn't tell you guys we were leaving. We've been off grid, since last Friday? So like 3 days. And Brandy's already wanting to go stay in hotels. She's already wanting to go stay in hotels. 3 days off grid and she's wanting to go. I'm getting ready to show you guys. We just got back from Minnesota. We went up there to visit a company that does masonry heaters.
Masonry Heater is the term.
Masonry heaters. I've never heard of these before until the marketing team reached out to me, asked if we would be interested in taking a look at them, and also, well, we ended up talking back and forth over the last several months, and I told them I want to come up and see everything, see how it works and all that before we actually say yes, we want this. We want to put this in our new house. I'm telling you guys.
It was a long drive and a lot of. I mean, it was kind of a. We just got back from Florida, so it was kind of
We've been busy.
It was a tough drive, but I'm glad we saw it in person.
Yeah.
Because we were able to see them put one together. We were able to see a finished product in someone's house.
It was a cool experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it definitely gives you a better look at it than just online or pictures or.
Yeah. So this video is going to be just us in Minnesota. We, like Randy said, we stopped and looked at a finished one they just finished. I got all the footage of the production, how they make them, and we dry stack one. We put it all together. If you guys are in the market for heaters, I know it's July, but winter, fall will be just.
Well, this is the time to be doing it, because just like every other company stuff, they just can't just ship it to you tomorrow. So they would need some time.
That's what he was talking about. People, it doesn't click in people's mind about wood stoves, heaters, furnaces until it's cold out, or they see the cold front coming in next week. So this will be a good video for you guys if that's something you're interested in. We are going to put one of these in our house. We just going up there and make the final decision. We had some free time to be able to drive up in there. It all just worked out right. Like Brandy said, we've been super busy with the sell the house vacation, sell the house, and now Minnesota. But now we're back. I don't think we've got anything else planned, do we? We're back, at the moment we get to work on the homestead, clean everything up, getting it where we want, and I think the next project is getting rid of this, because we got to get the septic in here pretty quick.
Well, and as he was talking about looking into one, they're not just for new constructions.
He said 50-50.
Yeah, it's about 50-50. So even if you're renovating, or you think like, hey, I have an old wood stove I want to upgrade, or I want to add something, like. I'm telling you,
once you see the finished product, and the website is www.temp Cast. I'll put it right here, tempcast.com. And they're not paying us to do this video. This is my idea to go up and see these things, because it's an investment and it fits the off-grid, what we're doing, to the T.
Well, and we know a lot of our subscribers do stuff similarly, or would be interested in that, so we thought it would be good. Yeah,
I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. Really interesting video. I haven't edited it yet. I'm going to go edit it here just a little bit, have it out for you guys on Thursday. This is late Wednesday night. We literally just parked. We don't have everything unpacked yet, but we were gone Monday, driving, stayed there Tuesday, did the tour. You guys will see all that, and then came back today. It was just a quick little trip, and like Randy said, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad I made the decision. I want to go see the stuff. It was cool. Patrick.
Something unique about it too is it's something that depends how much you want to get. I guess how much time you have and experience and skills. It can be
a do-it-yourself kit,
it can be something you can completely do yourself, or you can have someone else do it for you.
Or partially do some of it.
Partially do some.
It's cool.
So there's a lot of options.
And the best thing about this wood stove, other than the fact that you're going to burn
masonry heater,
masonry heater, is you're going to burn half. Other than you're going to burn half the amount of wood that you usually do, it's got a pizza oven in it, a cooker. I call it a pizza oven, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, we've been off grid for 3 days, and Brandy had to go stay in a hotel room.
I enjoyed the bed. It hurt his
That bed actually did hurt my back, but hope you guys enjoy the video. It's going to be the whole process. Hey, Gabby, say hi. Say hi.
She's welcoming us.
If you guys do enjoy it, smash that like button, and please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll get back to our regular videos on the homestead in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Big shout out to Kevin and Rachel coming over here and checking on the animals while we're gone. They take care of you?
Yes. Took care of the pigs and the dogs and
the chickens
and turkeys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? We are up here at Minnesota. I think I might have talked about it already, that we're coming up here to visit a family-owned business. It's called Temp Cast. This is what we're thinking that we're probably most about 100% sure that we're going to do this. We're going to put one of these Temp Cast stoves in. I say stove, it's a heater. And we got Patrick, the owner, up here. We're actually at his homestead here in Minnesota. We drove about 9 hours up here to tour the place, see how it's all made. We actually went and looked at one. We'll show that here later on. One they just finished yesterday. They just got done an hour before we got there, and you guys will see that it's awesome. They reached out to me. It's probably been several months back, so this has been in the works about when we're going to build our house and put one of these in. If we'd be interested in putting one of these in there. And once I started doing some research on it, it's awesome. So come with us today. We're gonna give a little tour of how all this is made. We'll let Patrick talk to you guys, and we'll just show everything, and then we'll show you the finished product and all that. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this. This fits the off-grid lifestyle that we're wanting to do, as far as it's really energy efficient, and we'll just let Patrick talk about it. He knows way more about it than I do. That's why me, Brandy, and Brandy's dad and the girls and her mom came up here just to get a better idea, and they're do-it-yourself. So whenever we do it ourselves, we want to be confident that we can do it, and we want to show you guys that you can do it too. So let's go take a look at this stuff. So we got Patrick with us today. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good, doing good.
Good.
So what we got going on?
Okay, well, I own Temp Cast Masonry Heaters. We're one of the very few masonry heater facilities, I guess, in the United States that produces masonry heaters, and one of the only ones. Well, there's maybe one or two, but on a large scale, to ship heaters around all of North America and even the world. We've got 10 going to Australia here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, do you really?
Yep.
That's why you got the boys back there working full time.
That's right. So masonry heaters are a little unique to Americans, but not to Europeans.
I never heard of them until Derek reached out to me.
Yeah. So they're unique to us, but they're just a wood burning fireplace.
Yeah.
But instead of sending the flue gases, the smoke, right up the chimney, we build amazing flue channels on the inside, so the smoke goes up, it comes all the way back down. You can put it in the chimney at that point, but then the gases are significantly cooled off and you store the heat. So the actual fireplace is more like a heat battery. Yeah. Just absorbs it and then it releases it slowly, comfortably over time instead of
Are these comparable to, I see a lot of like rocket mass heaters, kind of? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, but they are similar in concept where you are trying to heat a mass. Yeah. Just a little bit different in function. And these rocket mass heaters, to my understanding, and I don't know a lot about the rocket mass industry. Just that these are in the code book. Like masonry heaters are actually in the code book, so you can put them into residential areas.
I got you. Maybe those are kind of like, hey, let's throw this together type of deal.
And they're recognized as so efficient that they're an unregulated fireplace by the EPA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like the only fireplace that the EPA just says they're good.
Yeah.
We don't need to regulate this.
That's awesome.
So the basic concept is, instead of having fire going all day long, burning kind of at a low heat like a wood burning stove, you just have 1 or 2 fires a day. You burn it hot, it stores all that heat in the mass, and then it slowly radiates that heat out. So your fires are shorter, 2.5 to 3 hours. Then they go out, and then you just sit back and enjoy. You've got basically the same heat output for 8 to 10 to 12 hours.
That's amazing.
And if you do a fire twice a day, it's just very, very consistent heat.
Yeah, we were talking about yesterday, because I told them that we went and we looked at one that you guys just finished.
Correct.
And you talked about you cutting your wood in half.
Right.
You're using, but you also said your time.
Yeah,
that was a huge thing, your time.
Time and effort and all that muscle it takes to haul, stack, split, cut, store, and space for storing. How do you store 8 cords versus 4 cords? It's a lot easier to store 4 cords.
Absolutely.
So, and efficiency-wise, a lot of wood burning stoves on paper look good, but in practicality, most people find that they just don't live up to what's on paper there.
One thing that I like with having kids, Brandy could tell you this, the big buck stove we had in the pole barn, it would get so hot if the kids touched when they're little, it'd burn the crap out of them.
You just had to teach them how to get by it.
But with these, I mean, obviously if you touch the glass, I'm sure, but the whole thing, it's like you say 180 degrees or something?
Yeah, at most. You're probably not going to get it up to 180 unless you really are burning a lot of wood.
Yeah.
Because you can adjust how much heat output you want by, say, if your wood charge is 45 pounds because it's cooler, or warmer out, you don't need as much heat, versus a 55-pound wood charge, you just get more BTUs per pound. It's all about the pounds of wood, and it doesn't matter what kind of wood you burn. Every species of wood, for the most part, has about the same amount of BTUs per pound.
Per pound.
So if you burn 50 pounds of wood, you can expect your surface temperature of your heater to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 degrees.
Okay.
It's kind of as a temperature,
Yeah.
or what we're shooting for. And then, and that temperature is not going to burn you. It's not 160 degree water will scald you.
Yeah.
But 160 degree rock just doesn't transfer that heat that quickly.
I gotcha.
And so you can put your hands and be like, oh, okay, that's hot.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. So you got to worry your kids aren't going to get stuck to it.
Rather than melting your hands off. Yes, exactly.
So you want to tell us real quick, like how you, this is a family-owned business. You guys you purchased this, and
Yep.
you want to give a little background story on that?
Yeah, so Temp Cast has been around for, well, about 33 years. I went to school to be a bricklayer for 3 years, so I was a journeyman bricklayer, and then I started my own bricklaying business. Got into masonry heaters around 2010. Spent about 5 years becoming a certified heater mason with the Masonry Heater Association of North America. And there's not many of us. There's, I think, 58
Oh, that ain't many at all.
throughout the United States, and only 31.
Well, Randy's one. He's gonna be, huh?
Yeah, and there's only 31 or 32 of us that are actively working and not
Oh,
retired.
wow.
So there's not many of
Yeah.
us. It's like I say, masonry heaters are not well known yet.
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
those things that I think we can get the message out that there is a clean way to burn
Yeah,
wood.
that's why we're here. Like,
Yeah,
as soon as
yeah.
you guys reached out to us, I was like, man,
Yep.
that's awesome. I didn't know nothing about it.
Yep. And so a few years back, there's a company from Finland called Tuulikivi. I became a Tuulikivi dealer. That's a 100% soapstone masonry heater.
Oh, wow.
So I build those and sell those as well. But I bought Temp Cast because, for the most part, like especially in Minnesota, people want kind of a cabiny feel. They want a rusticy hearth.
Yeah.
And so you need to do more of a custom build.
Yeah.
And so I was looking to kind of create my own set of forms and make my own unit kind of like a Temp Cast when Temp Cast came up for sale.
Oh, wow. So it kind of just
it was-
all worked
it was
out
a
for you
nice,
then.
Yeah, it was a nice transit. It was right timing.
Awesome.
Yep. But the basic idea is it's like anything, you know, if you cast concrete, you've got a form. Now our forms are all numbered, so there's a number literally stamped into each one, and
Okay.
and the number corresponds to the order that it's put together in.
Okay.
So number 1 is the first piece you lay.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Number 12 is the 12th piece you lay.
I like that.
Very easy. Yep. And some of our forms are rather complicated. We'll kind of look at some of the pieces maybe when we do the dry stack.
Okay.
But the basic idea is, you know, we pour them, you know, we mix in the mixer, we pour them over here, and what happens here is mix comes out of the chute, the form is here. We'll do some of these later on this
Okay,
afternoon.
yeah.
But this is an air table, so the actual pads here elevate on airbags, and then 2 motors vibrate the
Oh, wow.
form, so that it just takes like a basic gravel consistency, turns it into like almost a liquid,
Oh, that's cool.
and gets it as dense as possible.
Yeah.
And so the vibrating table is really helpful because the most important thing is to have the least amount of water that you need in the mix.
Okay.
To have the strongest, longest lasting piece.
Cool.
We've got heaters that have been around for 33 years, and I've talked to some of the customers, and they love how it still looks like it did the day that they
That's
bought it.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a great mix. It's just a circular operation.
Yeah.
Once they're all poured,
Yeah.
that's a half a day. The other half a day is doing this, getting it on a pallet.
Okay, that's what they're doing now. Is this is a whole kit right here.
This is almost the whole kit. Yep, they're almost done putting this on. Yep.
And there's a number 7 right there.
Yep. There's a number 11 over here. So all
But yeah, they're all, yeah.
Yep.
So this is really handy for the do-it-yourself.
It is. And this is, you know, you can tell too, these pieces, they're keyed.
Yeah.
So everything fits in a way that you can't really mess it up.
Yeah.
Yep. And then with our instruction manual, there's 53 pages, step by step, what you do, where you put everything, how to do it. Yeah, it's a great do-it-yourselfer kit. If you want a masonry heater, it's a great way to get one without needing someone else professionally to do all the labor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is our garage mix. We've got 4 different things that we use. This is the heavy aggregate. This is the cement product. There's a sand and a powder. And then as they build these, we include a bucket of mortar for putting it together.
Oh, okay.
The cast iron grate, 2 clean out doors and an air intake door. They put those in the unit for
Yeah.
you. Yep, so they get shipped
Oh,
that
wow.
way. That's what's inside of that one right now.
Okay.
So that's why this stuff is out here. Some of our spare parts we put over here. Oil is for the forms. They get greased up.
That's not for frying fish.
Not for frying fish, right?
Randy used peanut oil, don't you?
Yep.
Randy, you gonna make one today?
No, I'm just watching that.
What's he doing over here? Just kind of cleaning up the edges?
Yep. So he's pulling a piece out right now. Cleans up the edges, scrapes off what maybe is kind of drained out on the bottom, and then pulls it off and puts it on the form. And that's a downdraft channel where the flue gases that go down. You can just go right put it on tail. All right. Yep.
Do you kind of do them as you get orders, or do you always have like a certain amount?
We typically make to order. Right now, we're making to order because we're behind a little bit.
Yeah.
So
kind of what the demand
the goal,
is.
part of the reason why I had the guys here this summer is I ordered enough material so that we could like get ahead.
Yeah.
And be able to ship to order.
Yeah.
Ship out, and I think by the time we get to August, unless we get swamped with more orders, I think we're going to be at a point where we can kind of start shipping as orders come.
That'd be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Because that way, right now, historically, it's been a lead time of 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yep. And so I'd like to cut it down.
We found that with a lot of different. A lot of different industries.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's the wait
It's not
time.
uncommon.
Yeah.
But it's difficult when you get to the fall and people are thinking heat.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
They're just like, well, can we get this?
It's 6 weeks.
That's December at this point, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're through the heating season, so I'd like to be able to ship to order.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's what we're moving to. Something more like 1 to 2 week lead time as opposed to 6
Yeah,
weeks.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys find this as interesting as I do, but I love this kind of stuff. We're actually going to dry stack one of these stoves, and this is going to be awesome for us to go back and look whenever we actually get one of these and put it in the house. We can go back and refer to it. But the way he's explained to it, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You stack it, read the directions. It seems super easy, but we're going to dry stack it. I'll put my camera up, probably throw a time lapse and show you guys me and Brandy doing this. I'm excited about this. We got the supervisor over there. Where's your instruction manual? You don't have it yet? You ready, Brandy?
I think we're gonna have Patrick fly to Oklahoma.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave this. We're gonna do a dry stack of the whole stove right here. He's already got 1 through 6 on here, but I'm gonna let him explain to you real quick about an emergency clean out he's got put in place.
Yeah. So when you build your heater, fire goes up and it basically comes down. That's the basic path, and it comes down to the bottom right here. You're going to have your chimney on one side.
And you said these are mirrored image, so you can put it on either
you
side.
You can put your chimney on this side. You can put your chimney on this side. You can put your chimney on the back if you want.
Oh, okay.
If you put your chimney on the back, then you need a clean out here and a clean out here.
Okay.
So we provide 2 clean outs so that you can do that. A lot of times, and then for most people, if you put your chimney over here, you put your clean out so that you can get access to that side of your chimney and your downdraft. Now, if you're a bricklayer or you forget to put your clean out in, we have an emergency clean out right here.
Okay.
So you can pop this off and get access with your vacuum to clean out the bottom of that. Those downdraft channels, you need to do that once a year with your masonry heater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. Like you said, if they forget, you don't have to, you can just go ahead and do that.
Correct.
That way.
It's just kind of a fail-safe. Otherwise, your other options are
tear it all out, dude. Yeah, I like that option better.
Yeah.
So what? I'll set the camera up. We'll do a little time lapse. We're gonna put this together. So we're just gonna follow the numbers, which I know you already know in your head where everything goes.
Right.
But for whenever we get ours, we'll have instructions, like you said. It'll show us step by step, and we can refer back to this video.
Right. The manual has step by step, piece by piece.
Okay. Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna set the camera up, and I guess we're gonna do a little time lapse here. So these are the drafts that you called them, right?
This is the downdraft.
Downdrafts, and we're not gonna do it because they're a little tipsy and we're on a pallet. But like you said, we'll put them right here, right there, right?
Yep. Yeah, we can throw one on there.
So two
just so you
lights
can kind
or
of see.
three?
So this will go on here just like this, and it'll have that 1/2-inch gasket between it. Because you want that separation there, because this is going to expand and contract at a much greater rate than this is going to.
Yep.
So this goes here, and then if your chimney's on this side, before you put this piece on, you're going to cut that hole.
Okay.
If your
And you
chimney's on
cut,
that
and
side,
you just cut it with whatever tool you cut it with.
Cut it with an angle
Does it
grinder.
tell you where to measure the hole at and all that?
We have measurements in the manual for exactly what the size of the hole is, and then it's up to you, kind of like where you want it.
I see.
This is your sweet zone here because it's your thinnest cut.
Okay. Okay, we got this pretty much dry stacked up, minus the what'd you call those again? The
downdraft.
Downdrafts. So that's going to be I call it the pizza oven. That's going to be your pizza oven. You can cook whatever you want in there.
Crock pot oven.
Crock pot, bread. So that's the dry stack. You got it done. Now we're going to walk over and you're going to show us they're going to be pouring the forms. So let's go check it out. I'm going to just go ahead and show you guys a finished product that we went to yesterday. Like I said, they just got it done. I'll show you that footage now. This thing is awesome. And we'll have his information in the video and down in the description. And you probably might have already seen it, but after that, and I'll show you guys them actually pouring the forms. Okay, so we're here at one of your builds. You just finished like an hour ago, right?
We did, yeah.
That's perfect timing. We've been driving. How long have we been driving, Brandy? Like 7 hours? 8 hours, something like that.
Like 7.
And it worked out perfect that we were able to stop by here and see the finished one. What was your first thought, Brandy?
It's really pretty.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looks a lot better than the old one that we had like that, right?
Well,
that's what we're used to. Is that?
And I, of course, all this stuff's like over my head, but looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's pretty.
Yeah, and I knew that's bringing her up here was key. Like, all right, hey, let's bring her up here. So
yeah, it looks really pretty.
And it helps you understand when he's explaining stuff to us.
Well, and if I'm ever home by myself, like, that stuff kind of makes me fire and all that makes me nervous. So I want to feel comfortable if me and the kids are home. I know how it works. And
this is a finished product. This is a little more of a Cadillac of a heater versus a standard heater because there's a lot of extras in here. It's got a stone finish. There's a lot of slab stone work on here that is pre-cut and fabricated for this heater. So the drawings have to be really close when you're starting this build. They wanted a wood storage box. It's just another part of the build that's just it's great to have because the wood will just receive that radiant heat and just get that little bit of extra dry before you burn.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
And then the other thing that's more time consuming on this one is the heated bench. So the flue gases here, we can just kind of show the gas path here. So the flue gases are going to go basically straight up. They channel up through a slot here. This goes into the bake oven on the backside. You can probably take a look at that.
Yeah, we'll look at that here in a second.
So it goes up and then it splits at the top and then it comes down the sides. They connect in the back and then the flue gases here come out right down here and they come right out here and they wrap all the way around this way and then they go back to the chimney here. And the point of that is this whole bench gets nice and warm.
Yeah.
So it's great for seating. It's always a warm spot to sit or lay down. Just more comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Looks great too.
Yeah, it does. They finish out really nice this way.
Yeah, you guys did a great job.
Thank you. But it is fun. They're just so unique in one sense. You don't see many things. It's a Cadillac fireplace.
Yeah.
It's amazing. they just radiate for so long after the fire's out. Fires are quick, and they're the spot where everybody wants to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
You put one of these in a house.
Yeah. People flock to it. So you said you burn 2.5 hours. Burn it. Let it go out after 2.5 hours. So you got your flue.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. So this is open right now. This is your air intake door here. You open this up. The air comes in through the fire here. It comes in. It enters into the frame of this door. And then there's some slots. So there's a slot right here which keeps the air going down to kind of burn off coals. And then there's 4 slots cut up here. 2 which keep the air over the glass. So that's a nice thing about Temp Cast too, is your glass is always clean.
Yeah.
It doesn't char up.
Yeah, that's good.
It's clean. You can always see the fire. And then you get top fire air as well, which is very efficient for a burn.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And you got to clean out where you're sitting out on their side. There's 1 clean out. How many clean outs you got? 2?
We got 3 clean outs on this one. Yep. So there's a clean out here, clean out on that corner. And it's just so that we got to be able to access all the horizontal areas.
And that's what a lot of people will ask is, hey, how are you going to clean that out? Well, they've got plenty of access to clean this out. And this is one of my favorite parts of it, other than the radiant heat, is this cooker right here.
Yep.
So you want to explain kind of how this works?
Yep, this is your wood-fired bake oven. So from the firebox, the flue gases come up. They come in here, they hit the top, curl around. This is where they go up and exit into the top before they come down.
So will there be an actual flame coming up through here?
You will see flame coming up through there. Yep.
So it's just kind of practicing with that, engaging.
Yeah. And then most people, what they do is just kind of set like a pizza oven thermometer back in there.
Yeah.
And then you'll learn like what your temperature, because you'll start off after the fire's out, you'll start off at 500-600 degrees and maybe hotter. Depends on your fire. And then it has a cool down cycle.
How long do you think it takes for it to cool down where you can't cook like to like 300 degrees or whatever from its peak to
like when you're actually baking temperatures? Probably 4, 5, 6 hours.
Oh wow.
Yep. And then you're slow cooking for another 6 to 8.
That's awesome.
So
you put your pot roast in there with your cast iron.
Yes, exactly. You stick that in there and just walk away.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So if you have a fire in the morning, it's perfect. Around noon after lunch, you just prepare your crock pot, whatever. So you just stick it in there and pull out for dinner. It's done.
I want one right now.
Like you said with other countries.
Pot roast.
I know. It's just you're not like turning on the gas and turning on the electric. You feel like you're kind of getting away with something.
This is awesome.
Well, when you were talking about without electricity and stuff, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
How over like decades, people they could have their fire and then have their dinner, and it was just.
And so many countries in Europe, they just have a different tradition. Like the Russians, they've got a different kind that they build. This is more like a Finnish style contraflow. The Russian styles, they would typically make like a bed on top.
Oh wow!
It was a sleeping spot.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Be as efficient as
my kids will be sleeping on there.
Right. Yeah.
So everyone, you're always trying to save money on things. Obviously, people in general. But I think when like something like this, I think you just go all out with it. Honestly.
You're not going to regret it.
You're not going to regret it.
You just don't, because you look back and you're just like, what the comments that I hear from people are, why didn't I get more bench?
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Why didn't I get the bake oven?
Why would you? You have to have the bake oven.
Yeah, but people don't get it, and you're just like, oh, you're missing out.
You're talking about price and stuff too. I mean, I don't know how to calculate it out exactly, but he was saying how much wood you're saving. So I mean, if you're looking at years and years and years you're saving, you're putting it all up front.
You're gonna burn 6 to 8 cords at least, in a wood burning stove. Here you're at half that.
So it's one of those where you put the money out front and you're gonna save over time.
I mean, it's a little bit like buying a car. Your car. What are you gonna spend on a new car? You just ask that blank question. Well, on average, $15,000 to $30,000. That's what you're going to spend here too. It's a lot like that. But the good news is this appreciates in value, doesn't depreciate.
Absolutely.
You don't have to replace it in 5 to 10 years.
Have 30 years.
And this thing actually, you don't have to feed this. It feeds you. And so it saves you money. Over the long
So one of your big selling points is you can actually do it yourself type of project, and that's what we plan on doing.
That's right. Yep, we sell our kits to be do-it-yourselfer projects. We've got a 53-page instruction manual, step by step, piece by piece.
53 pages is not that much, really, honestly, because we put a wood sawmill together. It had 300 pages.
His sawmill was like.
Yes. So you've got that. We also have a 17-page planning guide, so that you kind of know how to get started. How to do your footing, how to do your foundation, how to locate my chimney, where does this go? What are the actual heights of all this? Like what can I expect for a footprint size? All of that. That's in the planning guide. And there's just a lot of good information about masonry heaters in general there. So you can get the core kit, this core kit here, for about $7,500. If I build you a heater with that's basic, it's got brick, it's got a chimney, and it's the core kit, it's probably going to be around $15,000, $16,000 if it's basic and brick. If you're doing this, where you've got stone, you've got heated bench, you've got a lot of bench, you've got a wood storage box.
You got a lot more going on.
All the whistles that you can really have. You're closer to $30,000 at that point.
I could see that for sure. That's a lot of extra work.
It's a ton of labor. I mean, we've got like almost $18,000 in just materials.
And he was talking about like less wood as a wood burning stove, but also maybe not even having another source of electric, like at all. Like we're not even.
Being off grid. This is your whole heat. You're not just saving on wood cost. You're saving on electric cost.
Labor costs. Like you're saving on wood, right? But like you're cutting half the wood.
Absolutely. Your time.
That's a lot of time.
When
you're
right.
off grid, you need your time.
Absolutely.
You've got a lot of preparations to do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I think this is awesome, and I kind of just want this one right here.
Yeah, well, let's just take it. Can they just come? Can we just take this?
I know, right?
Guys?
Hey, y'all ready? Y'all come back to Oklahoma with us and get this done? He said no. He said, huh?
I keep a vacuum hose. I have a dust-free vacuum.
Oh, okay.
And so that's in the hopper right now, so that the dust
Keeps the
that
dust
kicks
minimal.
up is minimal. So we put a blanket over the top so that everything that we add, there's no dust at the breathing.
Oh,
so
that's good.
It's a dustless kind of operation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So form comes on, hit the air to lift it up off of the rollers, and then it's just on that vibe pads.
Okay.
This is a mixer. We just bring it down off the trough into here.
And that stuff looks not real wet, but
Right. It's almost, you know, like wet gravel.
and that shaker just gets all the air out of it, I guess.
That's right. Yep. So it's going to consolidate it. It's going to almost liquefy it.
Okay.
Yep.
Just by shaking it.
Yep. Yep. Adding that vibration, and then all of the different components just fill in all the air gaps.
Yeah.
And it's just solid.
Almost like you've done this before.
Yeah.
You got the perfect amount in there. That's crazy. Well, Brandy, you ready to get one?
Yeah.
I think it ain't gonna fit in your
don't have a
Forerunner.
house.
It ain't gonna fit in your Forerunner. So we've been here all day with Patrick over here with Temp Cast. You haven't said your website name yet.
Tempcast.com.
And what all you got on there? You got a bunch of pictures of ones that you've already done.
That's right. We've got a nice photo gallery of different, from ones we've done, from ones that our dealers have done. And we've got pricing information on there.
That's all right, I'm glad you said it, because that's going to be the number one thing I'm going to get in the comment section is what's the cheapest I can get in here?
Yep.
What's the most expensive? And the way you explained it, the sky's really the limit on price, depending on what material you use to cover it.
Yeah, if you want to cover this in some expensive stone, you can spend all you want.
Yep.
If you want to do it as cheap as you can possibly do it, there's ways to keep the cost very reasonable to build a masonry.
Well, I was telling you for our insert that we did in our farmhouse that we just sold,
Yep.
it was $6,500. That was installed and everything. And we were talking, and you think that if they do it yourself, they can do under 10 grand.
You can.
Or if you can hire
a brick heater.
a brick heater,
Yep.
or if you hire a professional like yourself,
Yep.
with the lower end brick, like you said,
Yep.
15,000 probably.
15,000 probably. Yep.
So that's affordable.
And that is affordable from the standpoint of many things, even a standard gas stove, gas fireplace. You're on average, people are spending $10,000 to $12,000 on those by the time the plumbers, the electricians, the framers, everybody's in and out. There's every trade in the book there.
And they don't have one of these.
That's right.
They don't
You
have
can't
a
cook pizza in
They
there.
don't have a pizza oven in there, do they? That's what me and Brandon, talk about the cooker itself. Whenever I was first contacted by you guys, that's the first thing I noticed was the cooker.
Yeah.
I was like, and then the other stuff was just like icing on top. Oh,
Yeah.
it's more efficient. I'll burn half the wood.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that sounds good, but what about that cooker?
No creosote,
Yeah.
no danger of fires like that in your chimneys. Fires out at night while you're sleeping. No fires while you're sleeping.
Hey, that's a big thing that
That
always
is.
scared Brandy
Yeah.
is having a
It's
fire.
safe.
Because I
to touch.
didn't understand it, so it worried me with
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a hands-on visual, like getting to see it all in
Yeah.
action. So
So with
we got the chance to see one actually installed in a home.
so that was the best thing that you could have done is had us have Brandy look at the new one
Oh, yeah.
that you just finished. That was
Yeah.
it sold her.
Finished product.
Well,
Yep.
I
It's a lot better
honestly-
than what this looks like right
Yep.
now.
I don't visualize that even being in that.
No.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
No.
even. I was visualizing more of like
Right.
the buck stove kind of insert.
Yeah.
I didn't visualize all
This
that.
is the engine inside of the beautiful
Yeah.
exterior
Yes,
of this
yes.
vehicle. I mean, this is the thing driving it, but the beauty is in all that finished stonework.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
That's right. Thank
You want to say anything, Brandy?
Nope.
Hey,
already did.
he said if we buy one, he's going to come down and help us install it.
That was my favorite.
Did you
part.
say that?
I did say
So it's on camera now too, so you're gonna have to. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and go check out their awesome stoves that they install.